In this world, we all want to be different from others in some way. Some people have abilities that set them apart from others. Some have strange interests and hobbies that lead us to believe that super strong humans don't just exist in fictional movies, but also in reality. In today's video, I want to tell you about people who shocked the world with their amazing abilities. Before watching this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel and put a bell button and support us by liking this video. Eating rocks. Everyone has different tastes. Some people love combining different foods with each other. For example, a combination of watermelon and nine, or a combination of fried potatoes with a closure. But this lady who lives in Fort is her favorite food. I'm sure you'll hear the horn too, lady. Electric Man wishes every child to have superpowers, and Raj Mohanir was very lucky because he discovered extraordinary abilities in his own body when he was only 7 years old. And he said that his body can withstand multiple electric currents at the same time and see no harm. Very small amounts of electrical current can harm or cause death to the human body, but the current does not affect Raj's body. In the pictures, you can see how 2 full cables deliver electricity to the arms, legs, tongue, and so on. He's got it all over his body. If these cables come into contact with the human body, the organs of the body and the heart will immediately fail. Blood flow stops and instant death occurs. The story of Raj's life is full of his abilities. Get to know what he didn't have for 7 years on the transport cables. The engine opened with the current running through these cables. An adult can kill you in a matter of seconds, as can be predicted. Nothing happened to Raj. Since then, Raj or the electrician realized that he had a special ability. According to scientists, Raj's body is 1012 times more resistant to electric currents than the body of other humans. Sit Thai Rahib in hot oil. We heard that meditation, or meditation helps to achieve spiritual peace. You've probably never seen anything like this before. It seems that the watchful eye can sometimes change the sight of physics. There is such an opinion among the Buddhist ways. Sometimes Buddhist monks have incredible and magical abilities. For example, the man you see in the picture is world famous for his extraordinary work, as you see a monk meditating inside a large, oiled cauldron, as if not. He asked those around him to scrabble to wipe his sweat. The video, after it was uploaded to the internet, surprised many. Some said the monk must have extraordinary powers. Some also said he was definitely content behind it. The most suspicious thing about these scenes was that the oil isn't hot at all. Anyone who has seen the oil in a frying pan knows that. Do you know what hot oil mode is like? Why didn't the assistants put the thermometer in the hot oil? Of course, by dropping a piece of potato in this oil, you could find out if the oil is hot or not. Many people are sure that this oil is not hot. Maybe after hearing that the oil is not hot, you can tell what the bright flames under the pot are definitely the case. Can you explain all the other parts of the monk that's inside? Insulated, of course, may have worked another trick. If you add a little water to the oil, the water reduces the degree of hotness of the oil and causes the oil to heat up later. It is up to you whether or not to accept the works of this monk. As you know, all monks tend to overcome physical and mental pain. It is impossible to say for sure how true this is, but monks are just like other human beings, and their bodies respond to pain but struggle to tolerate pain or pay no attention to it at all. Famous athlete Brian Shaw. This young man, whose name is Brian Shaw, was traveling with his friend on an economic flight from England to Scotland and happened to have their seats next to each other. But in the end, the flight turned into a nightmare, and all the passengers on this flight were forced to stay open because of the heavy weight of these two friends. They were 412 kilos on top of each other. Brian Shaw, 37, lives in the U.S. state and is a giant. It is famous for being able to lift extremely heavy objects with ease. Over the course of his career, Brian has repeatedly earned the title of the most powerful man in the world, as you can see. Not long ago, Brian was able to move the heavy stones that Donald Deeney had set a record by moving them and set a new record. Donald Deeney had managed to set a record by moving these stones with his bare hands across the width of the Potarch Bridge. The stones were discovered in 1953. More than 100 people, including some women, also participated in the stone lifting competition. In addition to lifting stones, Brian was able to move these stones over long distances. The weight of each of these stones was about 330 kilo. It shows why so many of the men who work on the pitch in fitness and strength chose Ryan as their role model. Brian is also overjoyed to share his workouts with his fans. Now you hear a few tips from this famous athlete. First of all, never exercise without warming up your body. Start with small weights, and after 10 minutes of exercise, try not to move heavy weights and focus only on exercise. It's not enough just to lift heavy weights, but you also have to be creative to progress. Sleep on schedule, and don't exercise continuously because you can get injured and then it takes a long time to fully recover. Be careful when exercising hard. Correct pronunciation of words. If you open the dictionary page, chances are that you will come up with a word that you do not know the meaning of which. In some countries, there are contests for the correct pronunciation of words. In these competitions, participants try to pronounce very difficult words, and believe me, this is not easy at all. The person you see in the picture is Rock Must and can pronounce all short or long words perfectly correctly. If you think it's easy, try it at home. You can see that it's not as easy as you thought it would be. Thank you so much for being with us until the end of this video. If you like this sample of videos, be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and be sure to write your opinion in the comments section. Thanks.